Everyone understands that TV shows exaggerate and mislead viewers all the time, but shows like Dallas and Stranger Things truly took things further with their lies. Some of the worst TV shows ever made failed because they didn't fulfill their promises to viewers. Nothing annoys an audience like missing out on the things they expected from a show. However, some shows can manage to get away with pretty egregious lies if they are packaged in a sufficiently clever way. The difference between an ingenious plot twist and an annoying misdirection is all in the execution, and one viewer's most hated moment from a TV show might be an inspired plot twist in the eyes of another viewer. Keep that in mind while reading through these infamous instances of TV shows lying to viewers. From one of Netflix's biggest shows ever, to an acclaimed HBO hit, many of the shows here are beloved by fans. However, they all lied to their audiences at various points, before eventually revealing the truth later. 7 Dallas Season 9 never really happened. Maybe the most infamous instance of a TV show lying to its viewers came in Dallas Season 9, when Bobby Ewing emerged from the shower. That might not sound like a big deal, considering how many more dramatic things happened in every episode of the soap opera. The problem was that Bobby had died a year earlier. Killed when his sister-in-law, Catherine, hit him with her car. Bobby had been dead for the entirety of Season 9 when his love interest, Pam, woke up to find him cheerfully smiling in the shower. This sight revealed that all of Dallas Season 9 had been a lengthy dream sequence, and TV viewers never quite trusted any show the same way again. 6 Dan isn't dead in Roseanne's 2017 revival. Bobby's return was so infamously absurd that one of Family Guy's best episodes ended by recreating the twist decades later. However, even though retconning Bobby's death was generally viewed as one of the most shameless missteps in TV history, that didn't stop Roseanne Barr's sitcom Roseanne from doing the same thing decades later. This one requires a little backstory, but the basic gist is that Roseanne's infamously bad Season 9 saw the show's working-class family become millionaires overnight when they won the state lotto. A string of increasingly surreal, cartoony storylines ensued, ending with Roseanne leaving Dan after he cheated on her. Then, the Maudlin series finale revealed that the lotto win and Dan's cheating never really happened, and Roseanne made it all up to cope with Dan's sudden death via heart attack. However, 2017's Roseanne revival turned things around by revealing that this death never really happened either, and it was part of a novel Roseanne was writing. 5 Boardwalk Empire's Season 4 finale was all just a dying dream. Although Roseanne did die later in the sitcom's run, the show sapped a lot of pathos from the death by misleading viewers over and over about Dan's death. One show that had no such issues was Boardwalk Empire, a period crime drama that aired from 2010 until 2014 on HBO. Boardwalk Empire followed a group of criminals, corrupt cops, and politicians with mob ties in 1930s New Jersey during Prohibition. Season 4's finale, Farewell Daddy Blues, centered on Jack Huston's disfigured bootlegger Richard Harrow. Richard is one of the show's main protagonists throughout its first 4 seasons. Although he's faced many hardships in Season 4, Richard gets an uncharacteristically happy ending in the finale's last sequence as he escapes Atlantic City and reunites with his loved ones. However, in a devastating twist, this is all revealed to be a fantasy as the camera pulls back to reveal he was mortally wounded and died under the titular boardwalk. For Violet was dead for most of American Horror Story, Murder House. If the fate of Richard Harrow sounds familiar, that might be because it's a twist that was pioneered in author Ambrose Bierce's iconic short story An Incident at Owl Creek Bridge. In that famous tale, a soldier escapes the gallows and returns to his family, only for the ending to reveal that the entire story was all just a dying dream as he was hanged. This dying dream twist appears on television all the time, but it is perhaps most notably utilized in 3 separate seasons of American Horror Story, and in a truly audacious fashion. Characters in this horror anthology series rarely realize that they are dead when they become ghosts, meaning the audience isn't privy to this either. That's how American Horror Story, Murder House was able to truly stun viewers when the first season of the series revealed that its heroine, Taissa Farmiga's Violet, had been dead for most of the season. Her apparently unsuccessful attempt on her own life actually had been a success, and she had been a ghost unbeknownst to herself ever since. 311 Sister Callie isn't important at all in Stranger Things. Returning to the pilot episode of Stranger Things, it is immediately striking how much the show's tone changed after its first outing. Stranger Things Season 1 was moody, dour, and slow-moving, while its follow-ups were more colorful, comedic, and fast-paced. Some of the earliest evidence of this tonal shift came in Season 2, Episode 7, The Lost Sister. A barely disguised pilot for a spin-off series, The Lost Sister follows Eleven out of Hawkins and into the city, where she is reunited with Callie, another girl who was experimented on and developed psychokinetic powers. Callie introduces Eleven to a whole gang of gifted rebels who are seeking revenge on the shadowy scientists behind Hawkins' lab. These characters seem like they will play a major role in the rest of the series, so it was fairly astounding when Stranger Things Season 3 never even mentioned Callie in passing. When Season 4 also ignored her existence, it became abundantly clear that the show had no intention of addressing their abandoned storyline again. The MASH finale's chicken flashback was hiding something much worse. Not every example of a TV show lying to its audience is a bad thing, and sometimes, it can be a genius plot decision. In MASH's finale, Goodbye, Farewell and Amen, Alan Alda's Hawkeye spent a lot of time getting treatment for a PTSD-related breakdown. Hawkeye related a story about traveling on a bus, secretly moving refugees through an enemy patrol, and telling a woman to silence a squawking chicken lest its cries alert the enemy. It is hard to see why this event would spark a breakdown in a character as resilient and unflappable as Hawkeye, until a devastating twist reveals that it wasn't a chicken. Hawkeye realizes that he told the woman to smother her baby, so the refugees wouldn't be discovered, a shocking twist that proves just how great the legendary CBS sitcom was at genre-blending storytelling. Few comedies could pull off a poignant revelation this heart-wrenching, but the anti-war sitcom managed to handle the plot twist with tact and grace. The Good Place Season 1 isn't set in the good place. While MASH's finale twist was a brilliant insight into Hawkeye's surprisingly dark internal world, it wasn't the most infamous sitcom twist ever. That honor goes to the ending of The Good Place Season 1, a revelation so shocking that even the cast themselves were famously caught off guard. Throughout Season 1, The Good Place follows a group of lost souls navigating heaven. Despite reaching their eternal resting place, they find themselves just as plagued by insecurity, uncertainty, personal flaws, and tricky moral dilemmas as they were in life.